What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Action Sunday. And today I want to continue my trend of spy thriller movies. So today I'm going to look at the Osterman Weekend, okay? It's based on a book of the same name by Robert Ludlum. Yes, and if that name rings any bells, it is the same guy that has wrote the Jason Bourne franchise. Yes, or, well, I call it the trilogy, the first three, then you got the others. Spoilers ahead, I will be covering those in the near future, okay? So, yeah, I think it's about time I can talk about that. But this one I want to talk about because this one doesn't get a lot of love. This one did get a theatrical release. It came out in 1983. There was a director's cut of this movie which kind of hindered it as well as kind of made things worse. And also, here's a bit of a sad thing. This was the last movie that Sam Peckinpah directed before his ultimate passing 1 year after his movie. So, for any Robert Ludlum, non-Robert Ludlum fans or that have never heard of this movie or book to be exact, I'll give you guys a small Cliff Notes version. So, it follows a guy named John Tanner. He is a controversial television personality. And this guy named Lawrence Fawcett, he tells him that his three friends might be spies. They work for this hidden thing called Omega. And so John Tanner meets up with the guys from the CIA. Well, even though they say it's the FBI, but of course that's the other thing that confused the hell out of me. So just for the record, the movie says it's the FBI. It's the fucking CIA. So the CIA was recruiting him to go undercover and try to meet with his friends and try to convince them to fess up and turn to the side of good, because they work for this hidden cell called Omega, which turns out it's like a terrorist organization, working for the Russians and all that. And it's a lot of cloak and dagger stuff, and to me, I feel like, holy crap. It's interesting enough, but to me, I was trying to wrap my head around it. But here's the thing: if I read the book more, you would probably understand what the hell's going on. Because to me, I feel like the actual movie, and I kind of agree with Roger Ebert. There was a couple of plot holes, but then again, I did like the pacing of the story, the pacing of the movie. It's good. If you're expecting big time explosions, they're not as much, but as far as the crazy things does get crazy as the movie goes on. It's your typical spy thriller affair. That's all I gotta say when it comes to the whole setting and the set piece. I do admit I absolutely love the freaking cast. John Tanner is played by the late Rutger Hauer of God bless his soul. He does a great job playing this how I say, not an egomaniac. He's like this egocentric, but also at the same time passive aggressive. He's a little paranoid, like a television personality, because he realizes, are you sure about that? Because he's talking to a complete stranger he's never met before that has told him that his three friends, one of them being Bernie Osterman, which is hence the title of the book and the movie, is the one that might be connected to this cell called Omega. So there's a lot of confusion there. But he Rutger Hauer is fantastic in this role of John Tanner. Craig T. Nelson plays Osterman. Yes, that's the I can't believe I'm saying this. Craig T. Nelson playing in this movie, it just blows my mind. And he totally rocks a mustache too. By the way, you got Dennis Hopper's in this, Chris Sarandon, and the late John Hurt. Yeah. A lot of good names in this movie. And, of course, it's a damn shame. A couple of these big names I'm mentioning are no longer with us. And it's a damn shame. Because John Hurt, I feel like, kind of steals the whole freaking show. Because his character is Lawrence Fawcett. He's the agent that knows about the secret organization that is Omega. And he also has a bit of a grudge. So I don't want to give too much away, because all this is a big giant circle of confusion, and there's, like I said, a lot of cloak and dagger stuff. This is your typical spy thriller affair, but I feel like if you explore this more, if you read it, I think it would give you some more backstory, it would explain more of what the hell is going on. I'm pretty sure the book goes into more detail of who exactly are these characters? Why do these guys have a bit of a grudge against their friend or something like that? There's a feeling of paranoia because it's the middle of the Cold War. Think about that. That's another thing when it comes to this story, is that a lot of them wrote this because of the tensions between us and the Soviet Union. That's why. And of course, the whole thing about like whose side are you on? Are you with us? Are you against us? Are you working for the Russians? Who holds a grudge here? And in the end, it essentially just becomes like your typical, okay, one man has to uncover the truth and fight back, and it's really good. And if you're expecting explosions, like I said, no, there's nothing. There's a shootout as damn home, which gets wildly crazy. There's and of course I love the creativity with a bow. You guys see this scene to believe it. Like his home has a pool and a pool house. They get somehow they're in the pool, trying to avoid getting shot at by gunfire as well as fire, and like there's like it's pretty cool how they filmed this, well structured out, but. Yeah, I feel like at one point it kind of took me out of it. All right. Also, a bit of unnecessary slow-mo action sequences. I felt like, all right, kind of took me out of it. I'm like, you really did not need that. Like, all I just could have just dealt with was like, all right, here's the build. Very well soundtrack, by the way, when it came to those moments of tension. It's like, oh shit, what's gonna happen? And then, bam, it happens. So yeah, that's pretty much the gist I can put into this movie. Like, yeah, I feel like it's an interesting gem of the Robert Ludlum universe, or Robert Ludlum's work, that essentially became a movie. I feel like part of it, like I said, so I agree with critics, is that I feel like some things don't add up. I feel like a more cohesive story, a more cohesive screenplay would have better accompanied from the book. Better, all right, and I think that would have made this movie better, and maybe there was a better director's cut that I would love to see, and maybe it would actually fill in some of these blanks, okay? But get this: did you know that in 2012 there was going to be a remake of this movie? That never happened, and I would love to see this happen. Hey, Hollywood, get your heads out of your asses, make a remake of this cult Robert Ludlum classic, all right? So with that in mind, I'm going to give the Osterman Weekend, let's see, I'm probably going to give this a 6.5 out of 10. That's as best I'm going to give, because I'm just back and forth between 6.5 and 7. But ultimately, I'm going to go with this because of, like I said, there's some things that are uneven. There's some things that kind of take me out of it. And of course, the obvious plot holes and lack of consistency. Yeah, it's not, like I said, like there's moments of brilliance, but then things take you out of it. I feel like that's what knocked my score out. It's not a perfect movie, but it cannot hold a candle to one of the best spy thrillers that is Three Days of Condor, or even a Bond movie. But of course, those movies are in a totally different league. This, I feel like, is in a much lower league. But like I said, if the right time was there, it could have been a better movie. All right. So that does it for this week. If you want to give this movie a watch, if you can, it's available on the Tubi app. I will not be in Action Sunday next weekend. I'll be away on business, okay? But till then, thumbs up this video, subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned for some more awesome and exciting videos.